Hello and welcome to my channel as we do a review on the KO version of Studio Series 102 Optimus Prime from the Transformers Rise of the Beast movie. So here I have the figure that came with the box. Now I did order this from Aliexpress and the official, I wasn't sure if I was able to find it. So just roughly the same time, or this came actually today, but yesterday I was lucky enough to find the official, which I have not yet opened, but I do have it on deck just to do a quick comparison. But I was more curious with the KO. Now I am located in Canada, but they're slowly appearing in our Toys R Us locations, but having tried for the past week and a half or so, or close to 2 weeks, I've had no luck. So I did hear that there was a KO version that was going to be released for the same mold at a cheaper price. So I was able to get this again from AliExpress for close to half of what it's retailing for. Now, at Toys R Us, it is going for about $55 after taxes. And on AliExpress, I was able to get this for $30. So it's about $20 cheaper, or rather 25. But just right out of playing with or kind of fiddling around with the figure, it does feel of good quality. The plastic is very sturdy, and the figure itself has a bit of weight. So I do want to go into this a little bit deeper with everyone. But before we do, let's just take a quick look of the packaging and the accessories it came with. So this is the box. It says Transformer Series on the top, OP01 on the bottom right corner, and it has a photo of the figure. On the sides, it does say Transformer Series, nothing on the top, nothing on the bottom, and then on the back it's just, again, the same image. It does come with its regular accessories. As the original, it comes with its sword and its little blaster. Both are done in a really good paint. It's very, very clean. It's a nice shade of a kind of a gunmetal kind of silver on both. And yeah, the paint job looks really good for both of those accessories. In the box, it does come with its own instruction sheets. Now the picture quality on these instructions could be better. It's a bit faded, but you should be able to make your way through from robot to vehicle and vehicle to robot. Now this was a surprise. I didn't know that it would come with Autobot stickers, but the store that I bought it from AliExpress threw this in the shipping box. So thank you to them. I believe the store is called Wish Toy or something along those lines. But the package itself came fairly quick, within a week. So it was a pleasant surprise. So right off the bat, just kind of fiddling around with the figure. The paint job on this toy is really well done. Just comparing it side by side. Again, I didn't take the original out of the box yet, and from what you can see, the paint in specific areas is different. In terms of the head, you can see that it's quite the same. Looks like the official has kind of a deeper blue, whereas this one is a There's a little bit more of a matte finish. Of course, to identify that it's a KO, the Autobot insignias are not on the KO as opposed to the official. They would be located on the shoulder pads. Now, there are spots that are different in terms of the paint. So the KO actually has more paint apps, or not paint apps, but a better consistency of the color scheme. So these really dull gray plastics on the official, on the KO, they're all painted kind of similar to the weapons themselves in that gunmetal gray finish. So it extends through the bicep, the waist, or the abdomen area, going all the way through to the legs. Whereas on the official, the only kind of gunmetal gray is the obliques. Yeah, looks like it's just the obliques. But all of those gray areas on the KO are that nice kind of gray gunmetal. So this is the back. So this here is all gray. The crotch piece, from what I can see, it looks like it's the same shade. I don't know if it's just the lighting. I'm just gonna, yeah. So sorry. Yes, the gunmetal gray extends to the back portions of the hip, the side skirts, and this portion here by the thighs. Now the tanks are painted silver, same with the smokestacks, and the windshield, these are silver as well. On both, you get the yellow accents on by the hips, but yeah, that's the official compared to the KO in terms of the paint scheme. We'll just take a closer look at the head sculpt. It's a very nice head sculpt. Paint on it is very clean from what I can see. I'm not too picky, but it does show through very nicely. Now, a lot of the parts I find on this KO are really tight. The head, in terms of articulation, going from the top down, the head does go a full 360. It's on a ball joint. You have a hinge for the arm and the shoulder, which is nice. I believe those ones are the only ones that were painted, but you'll only be able to see it from a bird's eye view. Otherwise, it's still fairly good. For the arms, again, you can go up and down or about that far. It does go a full 360 on both. It does have an elbow bend that exceeds the 90. So I'd say this is about 120 degrees. Now, the fists are on mushroom pegs, as you can see here, but they are really tight. So with this being a KO, I do want to focus having the pressure applied to the correct areas to avoid breakage. So just to have a little bit of support. Once you get it moving, I think it might be the paint. That's why the paint kind of, I guess, thickened in these areas. So definitely be careful if you do choose to go with the KO. It does have a swivel at the bicep, which is tight, and on both sides, which is great. He has an ab crunch. I don't know if this is normal on the official. So he does bend forward quite well. Don't know if it's due to transformation, but looking from the back kind of gets disfigured. The only thing that kind of stays behind is the obliques. They don't bend with the figure. So from what I can see, from the official outside of the box, it has that same joint, so I'm assuming that's the regular functionality. He does have rotation at the hips. The scariest part on this for me would be the legs. Moving forward and back is pretty good. Looks like he has a hinge right here close to the crotch, which I think is normal on the official. So same with the right side, but the only thing that's scary is that it's really tight, going out and in. Now there is a screw here. I don't know if I'll have that. Oh, yeah, there's a screw here that I think I will try and loosen, because as you can see, you can hear it, and it's like plastic rubbing on plastic. This side's not as loud, but again, when you're moving these parts, you want to support it at that kind of point of articulation so that you don't damage the figure. There is rotation at the thigh. You can see that there is a mushroom peg. Now I really, again, want you to be very careful, as you don't want to break the connection here. It's really tight, so moving it to one position, again, you want to support it at the site where that articulation will occur. So it looks like here there's a bit of glue. I'll have to take a look at that deeper, but that side, now that was the first time I actually rotated the thigh. This side is a little bit scarier because I'm already bending it here. So I'm not even gonna really, unless I can loosen that a bit. It looks like there's a bit of glue there, so I might need to heat it a bit. I don't know why there's glue, but you can see a substance inside. So there's definitely rotation at the thigh, but again, just to express some caution, really be careful there. For the knee, it's tight as well. I don't fear breakage there. So it goes about 90 degrees at the knee bend. For articulation, you have pivots on the ankles, and you can go up and down this far and up that far. So not much in terms of up and down, but the ankles bend at a great amounts. Excuse me. Looks like the feet are on ball joints, so it does get hindered because of the joint here. Now we didn't take a look at the back, so there's a lot of details that have been added here but are unpainted. I would assume Hasbro didn't go through those lengths, but yeah, if you're into customizing your figures, a lot of areas here that you can paint and enhance. So yeah, so far so good. But yeah, a lot of real tight spots that you'll want to be careful with. I'm going to transform him off camera, and we'll review the vehicle right after. So I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. So here's vehicle mode. Now it does transform fairly decent. Now, I know I was stressing a lot on it earlier, and it's definitely something I would really recommend that you do. Now, it's a bit transformed. Now, it's not at fault of the figure. I just don't want to break it, but this portion here is really tight. I think the paint applied in some of these areas that were not painted on the actual official product is causing a lot of the tightness in some of the articulation points. So I didn't want to put too much stress on some of the parts here because I don't want it to break. But in terms of the vehicle, it is definitely a KO. Let's say. So right off the bat, you know, here is the front of the cab, the sides, you know, has the downfalls of the official of the leg kibble. So just kind of playing around with it in vehicle mode. It does roll well. You know, it does the job in terms of what a toy truck should do. For mine, I guess if you're looking at it, cab front, the left wheel, I don't know if you can tell on camera, it's slightly bent, as if it got sideswiped. So it's not straight as opposed to this side. It's flushed down here. You can kind of tell. Now it's definitely not because it's transformed wrong. Something I noticed during transformation. This here is the oblique portion of the figure. When I was rotating the wheels at this point, you can kind of tell that the one side on the oblique is kind of fanned out more. So you know, if it's a KO, it's what you expect. It, you know, it doesn't hinder the rolling. It's just if you're looking at it at a front-facing view, you can definitely tell it's not all the way straight. Transformation is fairly simple. Nope. Outside of the tightness in the mushroom pegs and the turns, I'd say it was fairly simple. Now I'm pretty sure I have pegs aligned, but in a straight fashion, a lot of the portions do not kind of, as you can see on the back, it's not flush in terms of how it's supposed to be straight. This one side is elevated a little bit more. Now I don't think it's because I have the knee bent. When I was transforming it, it was straight. So it might be, again, based on the quality or quality assurance that these figures go through. So that's one thing to keep in mind if you were to purchase this version or this copy of this mold. The front of the cab is pretty good. You know, this portion, it has the you know, the regular Optimus Prime kind of transformation where the arms, these are the forearms. It will essentially swivel out or lift up from the side and go through its normal process. I know there's quite a bit of reviews out for this figure already, but this is just strictly just a review on the KO version, as from what I've seen is not much. So yeah, that is the KO. If you do choose to purchase this, I do recommend that you again be careful at those points of articulation, as the paint thickened, causing real tightness there. So some of the loose on my or parts on mine did become loose after kind of, you know, rotating it several times, but I'll have to figure out a way to loosen those mushroom pegs, specifically at the thighs. Otherwise, the other points are decent as long as you support it in the correct areas to prevent breakage. But yeah, thank you for viewing. I hope this was helpful. I know when I was trying to purchase this, I wanted to see some reviews on it. There weren't many yet, but as these things slowly make their way in circulation, I'm sure others among this video will be posted. But let me know your thoughts and your experience if you choose to go with this. All right, thanks everyone. Take care.